Okay, go ahead and sit in Sukhasana or easy pose. Especially in the beginning, Cole, you'll notice that. Oops, let me change this. So starting in Sukhasana, we'll find our breath first before we begin any movement. So you can just have your palms facing up, get nice and tall in the spine, close the eyes, and begin to find your breath. And before we even begin the tapas or the building of the heat in our postures, start to feel your inner strength. Just feel it kind of bubbling up. With the palms facing up, be in somewhat of a receiving mode. Receiving of the energy that you need, the confidence you need. And most importantly, we're going to just enjoy spending the next hour on our mats and enjoy this self-care. We're not looking for perfection. We're just here to take care of ourselves. So anything that's going on outside of the room you're in, out in the world, none of that stuff exists for the next hour. Slowly blink the eyes open. And we'll begin with some deep breathing with movement. So inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Breathing in and out through the breath through this whole class. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to add a twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the left. Again, both sides. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center, lateral stretches here. Right fingertips to the mat. Inhale, bring it to the right. Other side. Again, we're going to do this a couple more times. Let's do one more time on each side. And then come back to center, legs out for Dandasana. We're going to inhale and then exhale, forward fold. Just dynamic stretching here. Inhale up. Exhale, reach for the toes. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go ahead and bend the knees for seated pigeon. Left ankle to right knee. Brace yourself with your hands and then begin to walk the sitting bones and the heel towards each other and breathe here. Keep the left foot flexed. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the breath going. And release. Straighten the right leg, do the other side. So bend the right knee. Oh, I'm sorry. Right ankle to left knee. Lift the chest, find your breath. And even after a couple of breaths, if you feel out, you've lost the stretch, you need to come a little bit closer to the heel, then just move closer. Try not to sink into your shoulders. Press the floor away from you. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and release. Cross the legs. I want to focus on the wrists because mobility in the wrists is important. So bring the right hand straight out. We've done this before. You've been here before. Hold the fingertips back towards the wrist. Hold the fingertips down towards the forearm. Bring your palm flat again and pull the thumb back so the thumb will be separate. And then pull the thumb down towards the forearm. Shake that out, other side. Fingertips up, pull them back. Keep the arms straight. Release the fingertips, pull them down towards the forearm. Fingertips back up, pull the thumb back. And then down. Release, bring the palms together. And then point the fingertips towards the heart as far as you can. And then other direction, point the fingertips away from the heart and try to point them down towards the floor, pressing the heels of the palms together. Fingertips back up, and then we're just going to roll the tops of the hands together, fingertips inward and then out. Just roll. Other direction. I don't know if you've ever taken a Tai Chi class, but they do a lot of wrist stuff with the energy. It's pretty neat. All right, go ahead and relax the arms, come to hands and knees. Get set up for your Vidalasana. I want the hands to be pretty far away from the shoulders, especially for this class. We're gonna be on the hands a lot, or bearing weight on the arms a lot. So hands at least a palm length away from the shoulders, knees hip width apart, and begin finding mobility in the spine. Go with your breath. You're both familiar with this posture, so just go ahead right into it. You can move with each inhale or exhale, again, breathing in and out through the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. Or you can spend a couple of breaths in each direction. Couple more rounds here. And then return to a flat back. And we're going to just bring ear to shoulder. So right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Do that a couple more times. And then if you want to drop the left shoulder down, a little bit of a twist here, drop the right shoulder down. Just move a little bit more before we continue. Or begin, I should say. All right. So here we go, bird dog taps. Extend the right leg, extend the left arm. Lift the right leg, and then on an exhale, we're gonna tap the toes and the fingers down, just like last week. Ready? Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Engage the lower belly, lift with the inner thigh. Look straight down at your mat. Inhale. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back into child's pose. Reach the arms forward, press the fingertips into the mat. Just a quick 3 breaths here. Next exhale, lift the head, come back to hands and knees. Bird dog crunches. Be sure you recheck your foundation. Lift the right leg and the left arm first. Bicep to ear, flex the right foot, toes pointing down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Arch the back. Inhale, extend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Extend the left leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it back to child's pose one more time. If you want to grab the feet to rest the wrists, you can. 3 breaths. Hands back to the mat, lift the head. We're gonna do like a modified frog pose here. So you might stick a little bit on your mat, that's okay, we're just gonna make it work. But lift off of your heels and then hands are gonna support you. You're going to separate the knees and come into what would kind of look like the splits, I guess, on your knees. Just go as far as you can. So feet are pointing away from you. And then if you feel like you can go down to forearms here, go down to forearms. I think both of you have the mobility to do this. And then shift your weight forward a little bit, as if you're coming into a frog pose onto your belly, but we're staying on the forearms. Just find your breath here. We're not staying here too long, but a good 3 breaths. Go ahead and shift your weight back. Come back to your palms to the ground, and then start to walk the knees together. Cross the ankles, have a seat. We're gonna do the reverse tabletop to Dandasana lifts. So your butt is not going to touch the ground when you scoot back into Dandasana. This is the same one we did last week. Bring your feet to the mat. Fingertips are going to be pointing towards the body, but arms are going to be, I don't know, you know, it depends on your anatomy, just a little bit away from the body, so there's a bend in the elbows. Lift the chest. We're going to lift the pelvis on an inhale. Go ahead and lift. Exhale, lift the toes, scoot the pelvis back. Actually, hands are going to have to be a little bit wider. My hips are bigger than I think sometimes. Okay, not a bad thing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Dandasana. Don't touch the ground. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you can do this with 2 blocks if you have it under your hands. 4, 5, going to 8. Exhale, 6, 7, 8. Cross the legs, come forward. Coming up into downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Lift into downward facing dog, stretch the arms. We're going to do wild thing toe taps. So we're gonna start, we've done this one other time, but it was a while back. So bring your left foot in front and cross it over the right leg. Left leg is gonna be off of the mat. Left hand comes to the center of the mat, and we're gonna kind of drop the left hip. This is where the right arm extends. Toe taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the right hand down. Reverse everything we just did. Come back into downward facing dog. Stretch the arms, take a breath. Right leg off the left side of the mat. Right hand to the center. Drop the right hip. Extend the left arm and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left hand down, reverse what you did. Lengthen through the tailbone. Come back to hands and knees, cross at the ankles. Lie down on your back. They haven't even picked up a weight yet. I'm pretty sure my heart rate is getting up there. Okay, so we're gonna do those pulses that we did. We started adding this last week, which is more of the Pilates stuff, Coley, that we were talking about. So be sure that your lower back is flat on the mat. We're gonna extend the legs up. So the more you're straight up, the more you're gonna protect your lower back. You know, my legs go down about this far, but if you can get them closer to the ground, then that's fine too. Just make sure your lower back does not lift off the ground, because we're lifting the head and shoulders also. You can keep the head and shoulders down, but we want to try to keep them up. Okay, here we go. We're going to do pulses for 30 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. Halfway there. Neck is nice and long. 10 more seconds. And bring the head down. Take a breath here, because we're going to do one more thing on our back. If your neck is really fragile and that's uncomfortable, then just keep the neck down, okay? Especially for this next one. Right leg is going to start up. Left leg starts out. Keep the lower back pressed. So if your neck and head and chest are up, it's gonna look like this, and you're gonna do 2 pulses, but you can do it down here too, okay? Ready? Go. 30 seconds. We're at 10 seconds. Halfway there. Five more seconds. And bring the legs down. If you want to take a stretch here, you can. And then roll onto your side and come to hands and knees. Take a drink at any time. Also, we're not going to take breaks, but you can stop at any time. Coming down to forearms. Forearms with the fingers interlaced. We're going to hold a plank for 30 seconds. Extend the legs. Press the floor away from you. Look at your hands or right on top of your hands. And breathe. Engage the lower belly. Press out through the heels. Extend through the crown of the head. Halfway there. Drop to your knees if you need to, and then come right back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Extend in child's pose. 3 breaths. Look up, come back to hands and knees. Back down to forearms for some toe taps. Extend the legs. We're gonna just tap out, in, and then left leg out, in. Here we go. We're gonna do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop to your knees, come into child's pose. Lift the head, walk the arms to the right, soften. Lift, walk the hands all the way to the left and soften. Lift, walk the hands back to center. We're gonna thread the needle before we move on to our standing stuff. So left hand in the center, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Next exhale, come back to center. Do the other side, right hand to center, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Next exhale, Come back to hands and knees. We're gonna go into downward facing dog here. So curl the toes under, inhale, lift the hip sockets up and back, exhale. Right leg's gonna come up. We're gonna do those, the crescent lunges. We lift the arms up and then we come back to down dog, 8 of those. So go ahead, right foot forward. Keep the back heel lifted, inhale, arms up. Exhale, down, downward facing dog, right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Come back to down dog, stretch it out, pedal the feet. You can even do some circles with the right knee. Draw circles, rotate the hip socket. Get ready for the other side. Here we go, left leg up. Keep it there for just a breath. And begin. One. Can definitely tell which side I'm more balanced on. 2. We definitely want to keep the integrity, of what we're doing, but also do that movement and try to balance. 3. You're working more stabilizer muscles when you're trying to balance on the go. 4. 5. Almost done. 7, one more. 8. Back to down dog, rotate the leg if you need to. Really just drop the hips, move around. Dangle the head for a minute. We're gonna walk into Tadasana. And go ahead, walk forward. Bend the knees, flatten the back. We're gonna pick up the weights as we come up. So just hold them here for a moment. And then go ahead and stand up. I'm gonna face you guys. We're going to do the weights at the shoulders, in front of the shoulders. We're going to have the toes pointed forward, hip width apart. And we're gonna squat. When we squat, make sure the weight stays in the heels. And when we come up, we're gonna do the leg lift. Okay, so it's gonna look like this, opposite legs, okay? We're gonna do 10 of these. And exhale, begin. Squat, lift. Controlled movements, keep the toes pointing forward. 4, 5, drop the sacrum. 6, 7, did I say 8? Because if I did, I meant 10. 9, 10. Bring the weights down. We're gonna do bicep curl to a shoulder press. So Tadasana legs. We're gonna bicep curl Bring the weights here to the shoulders and then press up, down. Keep the elbows along the sides of the body. We'll do that 10 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, strong lower abdominals, 9, 10. Bend the knees, put the weights down for a moment. We're gonna vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up, get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Drop the sitting bones. We're coming into chair here. So bring the feet together, knees together. Drop the sitting bones. Inhale, arms up. Palms do not need to be together here. 1, 2. Really drop the sacrum and the tailbone here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Get a little lower. 7, 8. We're gonna go up on the toes here and hold it. Lift the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do it. 6, 7, 8. Bring the heels down, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up, step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. All right, come into a wide leg stance. We're gonna do a little bit of mobility here. So we're going to, I think we did this one last week as well. We're just gonna keep the legs strong. We're gonna make sure we're hinging forward at the hips as we do this, but we're gonna touch opposite toes, like this. Okay, ready? Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back to standing, bring the right toes out. Drop the back heel. We're gonna do side angle stretches here. Bend the knee, forearm to knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop back up, right toes in, left toes out. Drop the back heel, bend the left knee, forearm to knee, or forearm to thigh. 1, 2, really stretch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back up, bring the toes pointing forward. Bring the feet together for just a moment so we can pick up the weight safely. Bend the knees, pick up the weights. We're gonna do goddess squats. Toes pointing out. So my feet wanna naturally go out pretty far. As long as your knees stay over the ankles, and keep the knees pressing open as we do this. So again, bring the weights to the shoulders. We're gonna start in a standing position, and then exhale on the squat. Engage lower belly, drop the tailbone, release the sacrum. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, spine goes straight down. 7, 8, we're gonna hold it on 10. 9, 10, hold. 2, 3, 4, press the heels. 5, 6, 7, 8, press the heels and come all the way up. Bring the toes in, feet together, put the weights down. Front of your mat if you're not already. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, look up. Step forward. Exhale, fold. No surprise chair pose here. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, grab the elbows behind the wrist. You can do reverse prayer hands if you want, if you're working on that. Tadasana legs. Look over the right shoulder. We're gonna do neck stretches here, so roll it across the chest. Other direction. One more time. When you're done, bring it back to center. Release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. 2 more times like that. We're gonna inhale and bring the arms up as we separate our feet. Palms together, exhale, come into a squat here. Lift the heels if you need to. Your body loves you so much right now, like you're getting it stronger and working really hard, but also just flooding with oxygen. Okay, palms together, pressing the knees open. If your heels touch the floor here, then do that, but they don't have to. We're gonna take 3 breaths in our Malasana posture, shoulders away from the ears. Let the inner edges of the shoulder blades do the work, not your trapezoids for this one. So 2 options I'm gonna give for you guys because you are not brand new on the mat. Lift the heels if they're not lifted already. You can either bring your left hand down to do a twist, or you can do a bind here. Left arm wraps behind you, and then right arm just reaches back. You decide. Take 2 more deep, deep breaths. Open the chest, whatever posture you chose. And release, bring both hands back down. So either right hand stays, left arm goes up, or right arm reaches behind, grab with the left. Two more breaths. Go ahead and release. And we're just gonna have a seat for a moment so we can come onto the bellies. So cross the legs, tip forward, lower yourself, We have one more strengthening posture, and then we'll move on to just completely cooling down before Shavasana. All right, so arms extended out in front of you. We're gonna swim. Lifting the legs, arms. We're just swimming back and forth for 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Ten. 20. 10 more seconds. And lower. Use your arms as pillows. You can rest. Reach for the right heel. We're not coming up into bow pose yet. The first thing we're gonna do is open up the front of the legs, and then we're gonna come into bow. Forehead to the ground. Grab also your left ankle with your left hand. Just press your hips into the mat for now. If you can bring the heels to the outside of the legs, which Kole, I'm pretty sure you can for sure. Go ahead and start practicing pressing that down. One more breath, and then we're gonna lift. So grab onto the ankles, flex the feet. Inhale, press the feet into the hands. Keep the knees towards each other. Arms are straight, shoulders are back. You're looking up. Continue to lengthen and lift. 2 more breaths. And release. Pillows, rest. Bring your hands, palms to the mat. Do like a reverse chaturanga here. Don't lift cobra first, just use your strength to lift yourself evenly to hands and knees. And then cross the ankles, have a seat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Round the back, drop the head. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring the knees together and then extend into Upavista Konasana. No breeze under the knees. Press the legs down, flex the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, if you can fold forward, you can have your fingertips here. If you can reach the feet, grab the outsides of the feet, keep the shoulders back. It's like you're aiming chin down to the floor. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the knees together, lie down on your back. Straighten the left leg, grab the right toe, extend the leg. If you can't grab the toe, then just grab the leg with both of your hands. Right up the center line, left hand, if you're grabbing toe, left hand on top of the left thigh. Keep the left foot flexed. Next exhale, bring it out. Rotate the ball and socket joint out to the right. Bring it back to center. We're going to grab the outside of the leg with our left hand, extend the right arm, and then keep the right hip on the ground as you bring this extended leg over the center line. Back to center, release. Other side. Either just grab the leg or grab the toe. If you feel any kind of pull in the knee, not good. We want to bend the knee and just draw the knee to the chest and then extend the leg that way. We're trying to get into the hamstrings, not the knee tendons. Exhale it out to the left. Bring it back to center. Take the right hand to the outside of the shin, the calf muscle. Extend the left arm. Cross over the line. Bring it back to center. Release. Bend the knees. Hug the knees one at a time. Rocking left to right. After you've rocked a couple of times, if you want to come into happy baby, grab the insides of the legs, press the knees towards the floor, and then rock. And then bring the knees back together. Drop the feet. Straighten the legs, extend the arms overhead. Stretch. Roll the wrists and the ankles. You made it. Shavasana. You know, I was just thinking here too, if you have your weights nearby or your blocks even, something that might feel really good is putting those weights on your hands or even on the pelvic region, like in your groin area. Weights are very, very releasing when you use them in Shavasana. We use sandbags typically, but just an option. They help you feel grounded. Take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose. Separate the lips. Feel the muscles begin to release. Again. One last time. Inhale as deep as you can. And let go. Feel every muscle in the body soften. All the muscles in the face soften. The entire spine heavy towards the mat. And feel all the muscles in the back spreading away from the spine. Feel the spreading. Reach into the arms, out through the fingertips. Feel that softening and spreading into the pelvis, the thighs, into the calf muscles and out through the feet. With each exhalation, feel those muscles softening and spreading away from the bones.